Everybody was stunned about the work in the film.
All the light bulbs are going off in everybody's mind that, oh my God, we've never seen this before.
It's sort of like splitting the atom. You know, once it happens, the industry shifts and everybody starts talking.
Everybody wanted to see the movie, everyone was excited about the movie, everyone wanted to know how we made the movie. It was just unbelievable.
It was one of those movies that became a phenomenon. It changed pop culture.
Phil Tippett, in a moment, realized what he was doing was obsolete. Stan Winston saw at that moment that technology was going to begin to encroach on what it was he did. It was clear to everybody that the movie industry was changing.
Steven came up with the idea of, well, I think, let's go ahead and let's do Jurassic. The time's right, I have a slot, but he wasn't thinking of CG.
I immediately stuck up my arm and said, hey, come on, digital dinosaurs. But it was definitely, we had to evolve to that point. Spielberg, I believe, had already begun the process of designing and building dinosaurs quite some time before with Stan Winston's group. They do amazing animatronic, puppeteering, sculptures, etc. That whole world of physical visual effects.
And we were going to use Phil Tippett, who was considered at the time the best in stop motion.
Stop motion essentially is that if you wanted to have a dinosaur walk, you're posing it, you take a picture, then you do the next pose and you take that picture.
But it seemed like an incredible lost opportunity that here you've got this big film going on and the fundamental imagery is going to be a process that's sort of, on the verge of being obsolete. I've been pushing for CG for years, but I didn't think we were ready for it. I wasn't sure.
I think the issue in Jurassic Park for everyone was, can you do something that's real? That's alive, that's breathing, that sweats. So there was a lot of doubt about that.
We were just kind of coming in and saying, well, what if we can do this? Wouldn't it make a much more dynamic film?
We told ourselves, if we don't try, we're idiots.
It was immediately very clear that we were going to get realistic movement to these dinosaurs that was going to be far advanced from what we were doing with stop motion.
It looked incredibly fluid, like real bones sort of walking around by themselves.
And Dennis brought down the film, and it was one of those incredible moments. Every now and then when you're involved in an industry, something happens and you know that it's just incredibly groundbreaking and it's going to change everything. And this was one of those moments. Every single one of us jumped to our feet because we couldn't believe what we were looking at.
And once everybody saw that, I think that's when Phil got the phone call and said, we're not doing the stop motion anymore, that's what we're going to do, computer graphics.
I thought it would be a really good movie, but I was blown away how great a movie it was.
I remember the first times when we all saw it and with audience, it was so much fun to just go like this, sit in the front row and just look at people,
It just broke everything open, and suddenly the writers could tell stories they never imagined they could tell. You could do animals, you could do tornadoes, and they looked real for the first time. You could just do anything.
I just think there was an explosion that was visceral in that movie of those dinosaurs coming into our world, and I think that's reflective of the newfound power of creating imagery that was inherent in the computer.
After that, there became a real trend towards over-reliance on CG.